Have you ever wondered why you release a song on Spotify that you get a really nice surge in streams the first few days it comes out, but then after 7 to 10 days it slowly starts to arc down and then you lose a lot of streams? This pattern is nearly so predictable for all artists, and I want to explain why that happens, but also how you can fix it and how I'm actually going to fix it on one of my songs that just released about 2 weeks ago and is starting to lose streams. My name's Chris, also known as the Artist Manifest. I have about 500,000 monthly listeners on Spotify. I'm the creator of the Spotify 5-Day Challenge, and I just love coaching artists like you. So the first thing you need to know is that Spotify's release radar playlist is one of the biggest factors in that initial surge of streams day one, right? Because like every time you drop a new song, all your followers automatically get the track added to their personal release radar playlist. This creates a large burst of initial streams from your existing fan base. Okay, but this boost is temporary, and it's actually not all of your followers, but the most engaged ones do. Spotify now categorizes like super listeners, medium listeners, and then fans that are starting to fall off. But you normally get that initial boost. Like I'm always checking my release radar, not only for my songs, but for new songs that I want to listen to see if any new songs that have come out that I want to listen to. And if I haven't listened to an artist for a while, or they haven't released something in a while, it's not going to show up in my release radar. Now, the second thing is the pre-release hype and fan excitement. The first few days after your release are when your fans and you are most actively promoting the song, whether that's social media, email list, personal DMs, and you're doing all those TikTok pushes, music video, lyric video, all those things that you start to push on the first couple of days, right? And so your fans are most excited, but that's also when you're most excited. So after the few days have fallen off, of course, your fans have fallen off, but this is where, unfortunately, us as artists, we start to fall off too, and we stop promoting it. Like, it's just true. When you stop marketing and promoting your song, you stop getting streams. Like when I've done crowdfunding campaigns, we've done like 6 or 7 of them. When I don't promote it or post about it or don't email, normally that's when I don't get as many sales. Well, it's the same thing when we stop posting or promoting. And like I say to so many artists, man, like when you feel like you're just screaming about this song, and maybe you screamed about it for the first 2 or 3 days, that's when fans are just starting to notice. But day 4, day 5, day 6, that's when you need to lean in even harder. And it's like, okay, what else am I going to do to push the song, to push it again? In my song launch checklist, I talk about the pre-launch, the day of, and then the post-launch. And we're really good, like all of us as artists, I feel like we're really good at the pre-launch and then the day of, but then afterwards we start to fall off because maybe you feel like you're annoying someone, but you're not. Share other stories about the song, share other reasons why you wrote the song, and just create other pieces of content. Like we got the verse, we got the chorus, we got probably a second verse and a bridge, and you can probably get another post in the middle of the first verse, the middle of the second verse, or maybe the second half of the chorus. Like these are all different posts that we can do to remind people because they forget. So it's really important that we stay on this song so that our fans stay on the song. And like, don't look at it as a chore. Look at it as you're excited to make a difference. Like, remember why you wrote this song. I was saying this to my Spotify challenge members today because we were talking about this. You never want to say, my new song is out. You want to say, I wrote this song for those struggling with this. Or this is dedicated for those that struggle with this or overcoming this. Going out on a date this Friday night, I wrote this song for you. It's Christmas coming up and whatever, so I wrote this song. Going to the gym, don't go to the gym without this song. Oh, I'm going to the gym. What? As opposed to my new song dropped. Like, I don't care, but I do relate going to the gym. I do relate a romantic song with my wife, right? Or whatever your situation is, talk about that. I always say that stories sell, facts tell. We want to tell more stories. The third thing is Spotify's discovery period. Okay, Spotify's algorithm watches your song and how well it performs the first 7 days. This helps them decide whether to push your song to Discover Weekly, editorial playlists, or other recommendations like radio, right? They're trying to say like, yo, did it get like a lot of engagement? Did it get a lot of saves? Did it get a lot of playlist ads or repeat listens? Like, what was your listener rate? You know, how many times did people listen to the song? Like, what was the average listener rate? And you can see this in your Spotify dashboard, right? Did they listen to it 1.5 times most people? 2, 3, 4, right? And so again, it's not that the algorithm didn't like the song. Did the audience? All right, because if the audience liked it with high engagement of those saves, playlists, and repeat listens, then that's going to trigger the algorithm so that you get longer support, right? As opposed to it just like the nice peak and then it slowly drops off, right? We want that long arc. And so the more streams, the more saves, the more engagement you can get, then the longer that arc's going to be, and hopefully trigger something else. And so like, hopefully the first day isn't your biggest day, but you're continuing to get streams. Like I normally get anywhere between 8 and 14,000 streams in the first day. And then it slowly drops off to like 4,000, 5,000, 2,000, 1,000. Well, there's things that I'm going to show you at the end of this video, what we're going to do to spike that up again. Okay. Number 4, natural attention drop off. Okay. Most listeners, even your biggest fans, tend to move on to new music after a week or two. Okay, this is just the natural cycle of music consumption. Even songs that I love, like two of my favorite artists are Linkin Park and Jelly Roll. And when their album came out, like Linkin Park's, I remember I just streamed the junk out of it. But then I slowly just, wasn't so into it anymore. I kind of moved on. And so maybe they're touring right now. They're emailing me about merch and different things, and they're reminding me, and maybe those are things that you can do, right? Whether you're touring or just new merch ideas, or hopefully they're going to do some remixes, or hopefully they're going to do a new song and re-engage me. Now, Linkin Park and Jelly Roll have millions of monthly listeners, so we're not necessarily in that spot, but what can you do to keep the flow of new fans going? Well, that's where I'm going to show you where we're going to do some meta ads. So I'm going to share my screen right now. But before I do, I want to invite you to our next Spotify 5-day challenge. I go live for 5 days. I train for an hour, give you inspiration, but also tactical advice on how to grow your streams, how to grow your overall music business. And then we do Q&A where you get to ask me any question. Go to 10xyourfanbase.com or smash the link below. So I'm on my Spotify artist dashboard, and again, what I always love is that you can just see how many people are listening to your music, which is always a powerful thing on the right here. But I want to click on music, and let's just look at my latest song that just came out last Friday. And so let me just change this to 7 days. Well, I guess it's 12 months. I just want to, okay, so I don't know why it's showing Thursday. Friday it came out, and we only had 8,000 streams. And already we're starting to see the drop off, right? But I want to show you the one that came before, because this is the one I want to fix, this song Superman. So let's take a look at this one. So when this one came out, we had about 13,000 streams. And as you can see here, like I said, the Saturday we dropped to 6, Sunday 4, and it kept a really nice, for the first week, that's pretty good, man. I was really happy with how long that was streaming. And then on the Friday, we had a really gnarly dip. And then right now we're going down to about 575 streams. So what am I going to do to fix this? Okay. And again, here you can see the streams per listener is about 2. That's actually pretty good. 1.9. Playlist ads, we've had 2,400, and saves about 3,000. And so I'm going to crank this thing back up. And how I'm doing that is I'm running ads to a Spotify playlist. And the Spotify playlist that I have it in is my Verses with a Purpose. It's like kind of a hip-hop playlist, and it's right here. The song is Superman at the top. And so if I go back to my dashboard here and I go to meta ads, right, my ads manager, this is the ad I'm running. I want to show you right here. I'm running 2 ads to it to promote the song. Let's look at this one right here. Preview, okay, so Superman movie soundtrack, ? Check out this anthem. And then that's going to a playlist. That's kind of like a little lyric video, and then we created this kind of fun little montage Superman kind of thing right here to kind of play on the whole Superman idea. Now, let's see, yesterday, we spent about $23, okay? And as you can see, the majority of people that clicked here were this ad set right here. And I have this ad set running in a lot of different countries. If we scroll down here, United States, Ireland, Italy, Japan, a whole bunch of them, right? And so, but I want to scale this thing. And I know those two ads are performing well. That's about 54 cents Canadian. And so that works out to be times 0.6. So that's about 32 cents a click. That's pretty high, right? And so what I did was, and that was yesterday, so I'm going to click on now today. And as you can see, if I go to my budget, I'll double the budget. Okay, it's at 25. It's at 26. It spent $26. So first of all, I'm going to raise that again another $5, okay? And then tomorrow I'm going to raise it again. But what I did yesterday is I added the Philippines, because I've done really, really well in the Philippines with my music. And as you can see here already, I can see that the cost per result on this one, and I had 40 now, at 30 cents. Okay, and the day's not over yet. It's still young, but 30 cents per click, that's Canadian, times 0.6, that's 18 cents. And I believe I'm going to get that down to 10 cents. And what I'm going to do tomorrow is I'm going to duplicate this ad set, and then I'm going to raise the budget again. And what that's going to do is that's going to drive a ton of traffic to my song, and I'll probably have to show you in another video where this pops off and goes even more. And so we'll do a part 2 of this video, but I really want to just show you in real time that I am going to blow up this song and get this song to over 2,000 streams using meta ads. Now, if you want more help with this stuff, I really encourage you to get either 3 things. Get my book, Spotify Profits 2.0. Read that if you haven't read it. Or come to our Spotify challenge. Or if you want to do the masterclass, go to smartmusicbusiness.com/playlist profits. That's the masterclass on how to set all this stuff up and grow your playlist. I'll see you in video 2. I'll put a link to it at the top of this video where you can just click over to it to watch part 2 as you see me scale this.